So yesterday we reviewed Queen by Queen. Very innovative album for the time. Really showcased kind of what Queen was at that time. Today we're getting into Queen 2. This album was released March 8th, 1974. This album's older than my mom, bruh. Go ahead, leave a like, because the video is going to be great. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not. Turn on my notifications to be notified every single time that I upload. If you already have my notifications turned on, turn them off and then turn them back on, just to double check and really make sure that you're getting every video that I upload, because you really don't want to miss an upload.
Sometimes a nigga need to get away, but I can run and put it away. Like how the supposed to lead this way. The same, it's just a different day. If we being honest, little baby.
First track we got is Procession. It is an instrumental track, so I'm gonna let it go right into father to son. No, I said I was gonna let it just pass through. With the title being Procession, this funeral ballad is played. It's kind of eerie to look at the album cover and see they're dressed in all black like a funeral. Freddie is laid down like this, and it's like the rest of the band is like carrying it. It's kind of scary. Next track we got is Father to Son. A few places in that track, some of the sound effects that they decided to put into the instrumental kind of reminded me of something that I heard off of like OK Computer. I really liked some of the layering that they were doing. You can always count on Queen to like pad their vocals onto a track and just make something that's so full, but then they know how to add an instrumental break in there too to give you space to breathe, so you won't feel so cluttered and so bombarded listening to their songs. You know, they got this down to a science, bro. Father to Son was written by guitarist May. Seems like he was writing a lot of the songs back then. Who also plays piano on the track. The song is sung from the perspective of a father talking to or about his son. Next track we got on here is White Queen, As It Began. Getting some beautiful Freddie vocals. Yeah, I'm liking this one. Only 3 tracks into this album, and I can already say that that's going to be one of my favorites. But Queen has his way of writing these tragedies, and Freddie's voice just conveys this emotion that you feel. You have to feel it. You know, they do a good job of building songs. That was an amazing track. This was recorded in August 1973 at Trident Studios, London. It was written by guitarist May. Shout out May, bro. He's a great writer. For his previous band Smile in 1968, several years before the band Queen would be created. The song details the story of the speaker's lost love, the White Queen, for whom he continues to wait for in agony. This song and The March of the Black Queen is said to have influenced frontman Freddie Mercury's decision to name the band Queen. The 2 songs are said to be a part of the same story. This song can either be the ending of The March of the Black Queen or the beginning to the story. I like story. I've seen the Bohemian Rhapsody movie. I think this would have been like a great song to play. During the scenes where he kind of lost everything, he was trying to, you know, reach out to the girl, and she was just like, what do you want me to do? It's like she obviously loved him. And he loved her, but it was just not gonna work. But I think that would have been like a perfect song to play. But the thing is, who's the real queen in this situation? Because I feel like she was more hurt by it than he was, because, you know, he did his thing, he had his fun. She ended up being with a guy, but I feel like she really loved Freddie, but it just couldn't work. And I feel like he really loved her too. It just, you know, it couldn't work. Track number 4, Someday, One Day. It's like almost every song have these really theatrical and cinematic elements to them. I feel like you could make a movie and just use all Queen songs. Someday One Day is the first song by Queen to feature May on lead vocals. On the track, May plays solos on both acoustic and electric guitars. While complex guitar arrangements are not foreign to May, in this case, all of the guitars play different parts instead of in harmony. So it's some true technique to what he's doing. Track number 5, The Loser in the End.
She don't know what to say. She's more who you can always.
See, tracks like this, you know, I try to be open-minded with Queen songs, and I try not to just want Freddie as like lead vocals in every song, but I feel like Freddie gives me that sound that I think of when I think of Queen. And I'm only 2 albums into it, but you know, I know all they hits. This song reminded me of like a Beatles song, and these guys are artists, so I never put them in a box, you know what I mean? I have a Queen quote behind me on one of these post-it notes from the movie, and they were saying, you know, you can't put us into a musical ghetto. Like, basically, you can't confine them to just one sound. And I don't think that they should be confined to one sound. But this particular sound from them is not something that I particularly like. Not because it's bad, it's just when I think of Queen, think of these epics. And that can get a little too much sometimes too, if it's like every song. It's good to have these in there too. Loser in the End was Taylor's sole contribution on the album, both as a songwriter and lead vocalist. The original handwritten lyrics of the song were almost lost in 2004 when they were nearly shredded, and now is the oldest example of handwritten lyrics in the Queen archive. That's cool though. Next track, Ogre Battle. Let's go crazy on guitar. See, when they take these beautiful and unique approaches to songs, it almost makes a normal good song seem one-dimensional. So it's kind of hard to like throw in, you know, just regular songs with songs like this, where it's like so many different changes, tempo changes, different vocal inflections and stuff like that. It's kind of hard to throw those in there, especially like with, you know, how flamboyant Freddie is with his style, kind of like all over the place, but it's all cohesive. Adds to the story and it adds to the overall feeling of the track. This song made me want to play God of War, bro. Ogre Battle is one of Queen's many fantasy vignettes. Appeared on the earlier albums and is the first track on side Black of Queen 2. The song opens with the outro played in reverse, which eventually evolves into the song's signature guitar riff. It's one of the band's heaviest tracks and was a staple in live shows for several years. Queen has also stated that if they had released a second single from Queen 2, it would have been Ogre Battle or the Fairy Fellers Master Stroke, respectively. Interestingly, a series of Japanese role-playing strategy video games share a name with the track Ogre Battle. I told you, bro, like it made me want to go play a game. And that's what I think of. When I think of Queen, I just think of theatrical sound. I don't just think of something, like it's almost hard to kind of listen to Queen songs without, you know, a backdrop, because it's almost like this needs to be put on something. This needs to be a part of something bigger than just, you know, me just listening to it. Obviously, I can listen to, you know, just some of these songs, but I just always feel like it's something that's bigger that's needed for these songs. It almost feels wasted to just like either hear alone or hear without it being complementary to another piece of art, i.e. movies or even a painting. I can see like a painter painting something based off of what he feels and sees from listening to a Queen song. Track number 7, the Fairy Fellers Master Stroke. I love the piano right there. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, these songs are so cinematic, bro. Like, it literally feels like a boss battle song, bro. Like, I feel like you're being chased by something when you listen to this. A couple elements I liked on that track. I love the piano on some of the parts. And it's always so much going on in the song that it's hard for me to like recall where this stuff happened at. I try to say it as I'm going, but at the same time it's like I'm trying to listen. But it's just like so much going on. Even with the lyrics, I think Queen is very good at writing lyrics though. Like, don't get me wrong, just some of the words that they piece together, some of the imagery that they use, I think they're very good at songwriting. Like I was giving props to Brian May for his songwriting, but a lot of their stuff is like this real fantasy-esque type vibe. And I'm a fan of stuff like that, you know. I'm a fan of John Lennon and Kurt Cobain, and they're definitely people who have a very intriguing mind when they write stuff. This is a song by Freddie Mercury. The song was inspired by a painting by Richard Dadd with the same title. That's crazy that I said a painting can be inspired by this song. This song is inspired by a painting. And to even look at a painting and be like, I want to make a song about this is crazy. To be able to even be inspired enough by a painting to make a song, but recreate that musically. I think that true artistry right there. This song features medieval fantasy-based lyrics and makes direct references to the painting's characters as detailed in Dad's poem. Apparently, when Queen had spare time, Mercury would drag them to London's Tate Gallery where the painting was and still is today. Wow. I want to see it now. The song ends with a piano solo that leads to the next song of the album, Nevermore. They do sad songs very well. This was more of like an interlude. Freddie just has beautiful vocals, bro. Like, why'd you have to leave me? Why did you deceive me and send me to the path of Nevermore? Crazy. It is similar in both tone and concept to Queen's Love of My Life, a song released about a year after Nevermore. This brief piano ballad details the speaker's distress after a breakup. 1 minute and 15 seconds is almost among the shortest songs in the Queen catalog. The use of Nevermore was inspired by Edgar Allan Poe's narrative poem The Raven, in which there is repetition of the word Nevermore. This is why I'm a big fan of art. Great art inspires great art, and it doesn't always have to be in your specific genre of art. I love hearing how artists wrote songs based on a film that they liked, or a painting that they liked, or a book that they like. Art is amazing in all forms. And I'm a true fan and a student of art. I love art, bro. Like, I love a good book, love a great film, I love a great game. And it goes without saying, I love great music. So I love to hear how artists are inspired by other artists that aren't necessarily in the same field of art as them. I love that. I love that. Track number 9, The March of the Black Queen. I've been hearing a lot about this. Let's hear it.
You can be my sugar baby, you can be my honey too.
It's so hard to review Queen songs for me because I feel like the songs do so much and say so much that it's almost like the song is telling you to shut the hell up and listen. I just be sitting there listening, bro. Like, I'm just listening and studying and just taking in all the amazing elements, and I'm just intrigued by just all the different directions they're willing to take the music. Another one of my favorites on here, and it just kind of don't have a lot to say. It's so much, bro. But I do like verse 3. A voice from behind me reminds me, spread out your wings, you are an angel. Remember to deliver with the speed of light, a little bit of love and joy. Everything you do bears a will and why and a wherefore. A little bit of love and joy. In each and every soul lies a man, and very soon he'll deceive and discover. But even to the end of his life, he'll bring a little love. I like that. I love the way that that's written. So they say this is a precursor to 1975's ambitious and surprisingly radio-friendly Bohemian Rhapsody. Next track, Funny How Love Is. I like the writing on there a lot. Funny how love is everywhere, just look and see. Funny how love is anywhere you're bound to be. Funny how love is every song and every key. Funny how love is coming home in time for tea. Funny how love is the end of lies when the truth begins. Tomorrow comes, tomorrow brings love in the shape of things. That's what love is, that's what love is. Funny how love can break your heart so suddenly. Funny how love came tumbling down with Adam and Eve. Funny how love is running wild and feeling free. Funny how love is coming home in time for tea. From the earth below to the heavens above, that's how far and funny is love. At any time, anywhere, if you gotta make love, do it everywhere. That's what love is, that's what love is. As I was listening to it, it just formed these thoughts in my head, how amongst everybody in the world with all these different personalities, and I always say that we are mirrors of each other. We are all one. You are me put in a different circumstance. But amongst all these different people in the world, love is the center point of everyone's life. Whether you have love, whether you're seeking love, and sometimes you're seeking love and you don't even know it. You know, some people will be like, I don't love nobody, I don't need no love, love will get you killed and all this shit, but you know, that's an outcry for love. Funny how love was created in the studio. Mercury wrote it and played the piano while Robin Cable produced. So the last track we got on here is 7 Seas of Rhye. I believe this was the last track on Queen, but I'm seeing here that this actually has lyrics on it, so let's do it. Originally an instrumental on Queen's debut album, Queen 1973, this expanded rendition of 1974's Queen 2 became the band's first entry on the UK singles chart, peaking at number 10. The success of this song is often credited with convincing Freddie Mercury to commit himself to the band on a full-time basis. I believe the next project we have is Sheer Heart Attack, which has Killer Queen on it, which is probably my favorite Queen song so far. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like down below. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not. Turn on my notification to be notified every single time that I upload, man. Tell me what's your favorite song from this album.